Hello, hello. I bring you greetings, wonderful men and women of good conscience. How are you doing today? I hope you are doing good. I am going to play a short clip for you now.
The law enforcement agencies are working hard to regain confidence against the bandits so that people can go back to the land. This is very important. This is what the law enforcement agents are very busy about now. The rainy season is coming. So we want people to go back to the land so that we can get enough food for the country and even export. And we are hoping Nigerians will understand the problem. Nigerians know at which stage we came, 2015, what stage we are now, both on security, both on economy. And we are going by the Constitution. We are doing our best. But with the resources available and the manpower available to us, we are working very hard. And I think the National Assembly is cooperating very well. Within the resources available to us, they are certainly giving us priority in our requirements, and we are doing our best. The important thing is the elites must make the attempt to understand the military. If we order, say, weapons and armored vehicles, it takes time for the manufacturers. It takes time when it is brought here eventually, shipped here, taken to our training institutions, training the trainers, and then sending them to. This is a very, very long process. And even if you can have contact with the retired military chaps, they will tell you the difference between the time we came and now, how much hardware we have got, how much training we have done. If you don't know, go and ask people from Borno, from Adamawa, the difference in terms of security. And without security, you can't do anything. And in the South, our biggest surprise and disappointment is what is happening in the Northwest. And
now, what did you see? Guys, what did you see? This man is not Buhari. The voice and hands are too fresh for his age. Why can't he converge a national media? A national media chat so he can dash out all speculations of him being an imposter. Like seriously, I see the National Assembly has really cooperated in ruining the country. They have. This man is not Buhari. Nigerians have many intelligent and smart people to lead us. But unfortunately, we fell into a trap by electing this ghost president who is inactive to lead the country. May God help Nigerians. So this is scam, pure scam. Guys, what do you think? Did you watch that video? What did you think? Does that man look like a human being? Why can't you guys also show us the questions you are asking him? Do you understand? Because we are very sure this speech is voiceover. Yes, this speech is voiceover. They are trying to tell us that this is today's video at Eid al-Fitr, where he attended the occasion today. This is what they are trying to show us. Who are they fooling? We all know the truth. This is not Buhari of 2015. APC Kabas should better tell Nigerians who is Nasorok. I pity those who trek miles to cast vote for this man, because their beliefs in him are in vain. They must be regretting now. Because during that 2015 election, I remember that some people are fighting on social media over who they voted, over Buhari and all those. So the difference from where we are before and now is so much more. Now is worse. Economically, it is worse. Security-wise, it is worse than previous administration. I have never seen this kind of thing before. Nigeria is the only nation that her yesterday is better than today. Are you serious? Now his comments are very far from the reality we see on ground today. Very incoherent indeed. I feel for that country called Nigeria. I feel for that country. Things are getting worse day by day. Now you see, Ndibo made a very good choice by choosing Biafra. Because we are not regretting it. This kind of thing is not going to end in Nigeria. It has started and it will keep being like that. Now, one Eflefu said that if Southeast governors want to ban open grazing, they should provide somewhere for them to graze their cows. Are you serious? Who are they to detect what is going to happen in Southeast? Southern governors ban open grazing and calls for restructuring. But that restructuring is a no-no. There is no restructuring. Nigeria can never be restructured. The only solution is disintegration. Governors from Nigeria's southern states have banned open grazing of cattle across states in the region and called for the restructuring of the country to address issues threatening national unity, while also restating their commitment to the unity of the country. Well, that is for them, not for us. We are moving ahead. The world had left them behind. The governors urged President Muhammadu Buhari to address Nigerians on the state of the nation. No, he can never do that because he's not a human. He is a clown. He is a plastic whatever that is in there. The governors also stated this at the end of their meeting on Tuesday in Asaba, the Delta State capital. Some of the governors in attendance were Nyesom Wike, Mrs. Tambuwal, you guys know now, David Umahi of Ebonyi, Dapo Abiodun of Ogun State, Willie Obiano nke ndị Anambra, Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi nke ndị Enugu, Babajide Sanwo-Olu from Lagos, Seyi Makinde of Oyo State, as well as Delta State Governor Ifeanyi Okowa. Some of the states and sub-regions had previously banned open grazing. In February, the Nigerian Governors Forum, representing all 36 states in the country, said it had reached a consensus on the need for the country to transition into modern system of animal husbandry that will replace open, night, and underage grazing in the country. These people are still practicing a archaic pattern. Now tell me, are they still living in the old age? Like, if they are, why are they not using land phone? Why are they buying cell phones? Why are they buying new cars? They are still living in the past. Why the world has moved on? So these people should open their eyes. So we continue. The ban on open grazing comes as the Nigerian government is yet to find a lasting solution for the herders' crisis in different parts of the country. Beyond the herdsmen crisis, the country continues to groan under diverse security threats. This country has gone forever. Let me know what you think in the comment section. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please consider doing so. If you are new here, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Share us out, like our videos, and share it if you like it. Again, the Southern Governors meeting is like a bomb to the north. More solidarity on the way. We must defeat Fulani agenda. I am going to play a short clip to you. Mao Ohabunwa, the governor, he's from Abia State, I think. You are going to hear from him what he has to say about the Southern governors, and one Ali Ndome something, one Fulani Janjaweed. You have to hear him out too, what he has to say. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And please share the video if you like it. I will see you in the next one. Watch, and thank you.
A former lawmaker and a PDP chieftain. Thank you so much, Senator. It's good to see you again. Let's begin the conversation, perhaps with Senator Ali Ndume. Let me get your view on the stance of the southern governors, especially on the issue of open grazing and taking cattle by foot across the region. What are your views on the recommendations and the stance of the southern governors?
Well, my view is already expressed that the governors, being the chief security officers of the various states in the south, should not take these things lightly or should not politicize it or even try to look as if they are just grandstanding. The president, they have unfiltered access to Mr. President, who is the commander-in-chief, and they themselves, being the various chief security officers of their states, they have what they call the national economic, is it National State Council or State Council or like that all the governors meet with Mr. President or sometimes with the Vice President. We have serious security challenges in this country that are different in all the geopolitical zones if you look at it. And I was expecting that the governors will close themselves in where they did and then address these issues, come up with the 3 solutions that they mentioned, and then come and discuss with the president in a closed session, as we call it in the Senate, not to come out and then talk to the media and then issue a blanket statement, for example. I'm not concerned about what they said, but like the open grazing system, which they say they'll ban it in all the South and that people cannot move, not addressing how they will accommodate or look at the constitutional issues that will come as to freedom of movement, which every individual is concerned with, and how practical is that decision to be implement. I was thinking that they will come out with the immediate solution, midterm solution, and the long-term solution to open grazing system. Definitely, the open grazing system is a problem. Or with time now, the time has changed that we need to change the grazing or the livestock management system of the Fulanis or the herdsmen. But not by saying, one, we bar open grazing in the South. 2, we call on the president to convene national dialogue. 3, to allow for state police. All these things are things that are not going to be implemented by making statements to the media or over. That is my concern. When leadership is playing to the gallery in a very challenging situation like this, I get so concerned. And this is what
okay. So let's get some clarity from you. Is it a matter of playing to the gallery? This about 17 state governors in the southern region, just like their colleagues, counterparts in the north, the northern governors also meet. These southern governors have met, and they said this is what they see as a problem. You were reported, Senator, to have said that the governors are deviating from the matter. You said the problem is not about open grazing. So. But the governors unanimously said that is a problem in their region, and they came out to state what needs to be done. Do you have perhaps some other information or intelligence to counter the stance of the southern governors?
First of all, the security, it is not a matter of, I still stand by my position that the problem is not open grazing. The problem is what we are faced with in this country is the issue of security. There is insecurity everywhere. And the security challenges we face in this country are not uniform. What we face in the Northeast is different from what they face in the Southeast. There is no Boko Haram in the Southeast. And Boko Haram are killing us every time in the Northeast. In the Southeast, they have challenges with the Ipob and the ESN. In the Southwest, they have different challenges. In the North Central, they have different challenges. In the Northwest, where banditry is, they have problem of banditry, cattle rustling. In the Northwest, it's not the same with what we are facing. But we know that we have serious challenges besides armed robbery everywhere, which is known to us, and then kidnapping, which is everywhere. We know that we have serious security challenges in this country that needs to be addressed urgently. Otherwise, the situation is getting worse and worse. In the Southeast, police stations are being attacked indiscriminately. People, the cattle rustlers are attacking. Senator,
the governors of the southern region said this is the problem, and they are suggesting solution. But it does look like you have a problem with what they have proposed as a solution or the way out.
No, I don't have problem with the solution that they propose, but that is not it. What I'm saying is they should be practical, realistic, and honest. And that is lacking in that statement that they just made this blanket statement, not meeting the president. You just don't say you ban movement of this. It's not just realistic. Let's talk realistically. What are they doing as the security officer of each of their states? What do they do with the president? what realistic measures. They started, for example, in the Southwest, which was good, and I support it, that they should have a local security network called a Motokun, or what do you call it? So such organizations will complement the police that we have, and they are supposed to synergize and work together. While the Motokun is under the control of the various governors from the Southwest, and they uniformly started it, they abandoned that project now, and they are talking about another thing.
So, Senator, let me get Senator Ohabua into the conversation. Senator Ohabua, if you can give us a sense of what you make of the Southern governors' stance, and you heard your friend Senator Ali Ndume and his view relating to what the Southern governors have said.
Well, first and foremost, Shehu, let me thank you for this opportunity and to use this same opportunity to congratulate our Muslim brothers on this occasion of Eid al-Fitr, and thank God for guiding them through the fasting period. And as if we know, this period needs prayers more than any other time. And I also want to use the opportunity to congratulate the Southern governors for rising to the occasion, for realizing that it is important that they speak and defend their mandate. Because leadership is a trust. And this trust is upon them by their people. At a point, we were worried if we had governors, because our brothers, the northern governors, were always meeting, dishing out communiques, but we're not hearing from our southern governors. And this time, they've risen to the occasion, irrespective of political affiliation, and hitting the nail on the head. And I think all we needed to do, all of us today, is to congratulate them and thank them for rising up to the occasion to defend their position as leaders. You see, the issue of insecurity in this country is not something anybody needs to play with. We know the level of insecurity in this country is become so alarming, it becomes so worrisome that we cannot even sleep, not with our two eyes, even with one eye closed. And it's important that we look at these peculiarities from our different states and our different zones. Like my friend and my brother Ali has said, Northeast had the problem of Boko Haram, or the North per se. But here in the South, we don't have that problem of Boko Haram. The major problem that had been there all the time had been this herdsmen and farmers clash. It's been there for a while. And we've been looking at which way forward. And this is the right time and the right way to go. So I'm saying that the governors have come out as the representative of the people, knowing that some other people had infiltrated the local indigenous cattle rearers, the local herdsmen. We have seen people infiltrate before now. We've lived with these people for many years. I lived most of my life in Yola. We've never seen the herdsmen carrying AK-47, but today people are carrying AK-47, raping women, destroying farmlands, and creating problems. Some are now into banditry, some are now into kidnapping, and we can't continue this way. The governors cannot fold their hands and keep quiet. It's a big challenge, it's an issue. And I think we should commend them for rising up to the occasion to take this resolution. First and foremost, what I think, maybe, if that's what Ali is alluding to, maybe they should walk their talk, that now they have come up with a policy, then they should come up with a legal framework. Send a bill to the state assemblies to ensure that what they have said stands. They are not disturbing people. They are not saying there should be no movement of people as enshrined the Constitution, but this open grazing should stop. And even if
Senator Abuwa, apologies to cut in. Yeah, let's take a break. But when we come back, I'm going to come back to you, and specifically some of the issues Senator Ali Ndume has raised. Perhaps you might help us to give a sense of Direct Ndume, chairman of the Senate Committee on the Army and the chieftain of the APC, and also Senator Mao Abuwa, a former lawmaker and a PDP chieftain. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for your time tonight. Let me get back to our Abuja studio with Senator Abuwa. Perhaps some of the things that Senator Ali Ndume is saying, he does not agree with perhaps the approach is what Senator Ali Ndume is not does not agree with. I'd like you to react to that.
I don't. Ali, like you said, is my very good friend, And what I heard him say, or what I hear him talk about, is talking about open grazing, banning of open grazing. And as far as I'm concerned, after every meeting, there will be opportunity for the conveners of the meeting to let the world, the public, know what decisions or what they have reached. And as far as I'm concerned, after the meeting, the governors came out to read out the resolutions or decisions taken. And one of those decisions is that there will be banning of open grazing, and which to my mind is the right thing to go, because this fight, this struggle had been on for a while between the herders and the farmers, and that had created so much insecurity, so much security problem in the South particularly. And I think this is the hard time to nip it in the bud. And the only way to go is to ban it. All I'm saying is that maybe what Ali is saying is that not just mere saying it, but there should be a legal framework. And the way to do it is that after this decision, maybe each state of the South should take this, send an executive bill to their respective state houses of assembly so that they can give a legal teeth to this, so that it will stand. And I don't even think Ali will speak against it, because economically today, that the best way to go is to go, like we said, taking cows from Sokoto to Port Harcourt, or Port Harcourt to Kauranamoda to Ogun State, to Bomosho, it's no more the right thing to do. In this modern time, we should look at it from the business perspective, where we should harness this beef, harness the milk from the cows, and export it, sell it. But if you leave it this way, development had taken over the lands. There are no land available. Where I'm going is that Ali is talking about open grazing. Open grazing should stop. It's the right time to stop open grazing, because it's not doing us of any good in this country today. And because of the short and limitedness of land space, you can see there's always been this struggle, this fight between the herders and the farmers. And the only way to stop it is to ask that we stop open grazing and make a law to stop it. And look at the way we had talked about, what do you call it?
Ranching.
I'm trying to talk about ranching. Yes, thank you very much. Ranching. So that is the modern way to go, so that you can harness this cattle. Otherwise, talking about open grazing, I think is an old way. You can't be doing things the same way. I want to tell somebody, I asked somebody, prior to this time, the way we are doing things today was not the way we are doing it before. There is technology, there are modern ways of doing things, and we cannot continue asking people to move from Sokoto to Port Harcourt to that. I think I want Ali to understand that there couldn't have been a better way to say that, to do it, than this way. He is talking about saying it. Even in the National Assembly, after executive session, there must be the chairman of the public affairs must brief the public, must brief the press on decisions taken. I think that's what they have done. And for me, I'm going further to encourage them that they should legalize it so that it will become into effect legally.
Let me bring back Senator Ali Ndume into the conversation. So perhaps you heard what Senator Habuwa said. The northern governors meet, and when they meet, in fact, they meet more frequently than their southern counterpart. And even the northern, the Nigerian Governors Forum, the larger forum of the governors, they meet, and they've decided on some of these points that the southern governors have come out from. So perhaps there's something that Senator Ali Ndume needs to tell Nigerians that an average person does not understand in the security situation that came out to you after that Southern Governors Forum meeting.
Well, let me first of all say that I am not against the issues that the three issues basically that the governors discussed. But I still maintain that these are leaders in this country. They should know the better way of managing such situation. Before I go on, I want to make you understand, and the viewers understand, that I, Muhammad Ali Ndume, is not a Hausa man. I'm not a Fulani man. I'm not a Yoruba man. I'm not Igbo. So I'm a Nigerian from the minority, in fact, small minority. So I'm in a better position to speak the truth. What I'm saying is we have security problem in this country, which includes and can be attributed also to some Fulani that have turned out to be criminals. But that does not mean that all the headsmen out there should be condemned. Secondly, Fulani doesn't have land. They move from one place to the other, and normally in the forest. They move backward because they feed their animals. And in the process of that, some have clashes with farmers because their animals stray into the farms. And of course, that will cause problem. Then, of course, there are criminals that are breeding among them. I agree that open grazing system is an archaic way of, it's not the way to go. But also saying that you have banned it just like that is also not the way to go. If you say, okay, you have banned their movement, or you have, then what is the implication? How do you implement that? What I was expecting from the governors is that they will make a statement that they have considered those three issues: open grazing, which is one, and then thinking that they are urging that there should be national dialogue. I disagree with that, because they know, 17 of them know, that the constitutional right to amend that constitution, which all of them swore to protect and defend, can only be done by the National Assembly. Unfortunately, all the members of the National Assembly, or most of us, are on the same page with the governors. So, and now the public hearing of the constitutional review is coming up, which does not limit what you can do, what you can amend in that constitution. I was thinking that they are going to take a position, and that will help us in ensuring that the constitutional amendment. So,
Senator, invariably, are you saying that what the governors of the South has said is political and is not practical? Is that what you're saying in essence?
No, I'm not saying it's not practical. It's practical. You can do it. You can ban open grazing, but not just by announcement.
What about the national dialogue? You think that the
national dialogue is a waste of time as far as I'm concerned, because they have done it before. What of the reports of the national conference? Even Jonathan, under pressure, because some of these self-acclaimed leaders or opinion molders will say they are representative of the people. If you say you are going to do national dialogue, who is going to come for the national dialogue?
Okay,
what are the National Assembly?
All right. Senator Habua,
we are elected to represent the people.
Okay. So, Senator Habua, your reaction to some of the submission of Senator Ali Ndume?
Yeah, first and foremost, let me clear the fact that as far as we are concerned, and as I know, and arising from the resolution of the governors, Southern Governors Forum, all the resolutions, all decisions taken are not just binding on the spot. Some are policies that will come up immediately. Some will go to either the state assemblies to give it a legal backing. Some will come to the National Assembly, either for constitutional amendment or for passing of a bill. Then others will maybe go to the senior president, to the president of the country for his direct implementation. See, the states are semi-autonomous, and they have to take certain decisions that will be binding on their people. First, we've talked about open grazing. There is no gainsaying the fact that it has created a problem. It is an issue. It's part of the major security issues we are talking about in this country today. You talk about convocation of national dialogue. Everybody had been talking. People have been speaking. But it seems that nobody is listening. And the only way to bring people, all the national ethnic groups together, is for us to bring us together on a round table so that we can speak and take a decision, and resolutions taken, those ones that will be implemented on the spot as a policy will be done. So we'll also go back to the National Assembly for the put it into, to make it a law. So saying that you wouldn't have said that, I don't think is the right thing, because after every resolution, after every meeting, you must address the press, and what they have done is to tell the world these are decisions we have taken, and they will go back to the drawing board, like I said, segment these decisions, and let them begin to go to different areas, either to get the legal advisors, or the National Assembly, or the State Assembly, or for implementation. Yes. Okay.
We are obviously out of time, but I must sincerely thank both of you, very experienced lawmakers. Senator Ali Ndume, chair of the Army Committee and the Senate, and the chieftain of the APC. It's always a pleasure getting your views on some of these national issues. And Senator Mao Ahabuwa, a former lawmaker who represented Abia State in the Senate. Thank you so much, Senator, for coming tonight.